Welcome to the show. And that's where I drop off. Anyway,
well done, Shane.
Welcome to the show. We've got Tim Gage here. Fucking Kevin McNichols.
Now we're doing last names?
Shane Coffey. Who gives a fuck?
Fuck, dude.
Oh, no.
I've got a family.
You've got a family? That's so weird.
I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to see this shit, man. Are you crazy?
Great. Now I'm going to get Googled.
No, you're not.
I hope so.
Nobody's going to Google you at all.
It happened last night.
It's going to be you, actually. It's just going to be Tim, like,
I Googled
what can
myself.
I find out about?
As long as we can avoid getting Wikipedia pages, we're going to be okay.
All right.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's our outro.
Yeah. So since we need to make an outro, I think one of these days we need to actually just get together since we now all
No, fuck that.
can do weekends.
You want to hang out outside of this time?
Yep.
Nope.
What we would do is Kevin
Counter.
can bring over all the editing shit. We can actually figure that out. I know, talking fucking, whatever business.
Editing
It's not really
shit's right
business.
here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can bring that over. We can all figure it out.
Yeah, we can all put one together.
Brainstorm.
I think they
We
call
did
that a
once.
laptop.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Well, you just said that. People that aren't watching doesn't know what the fuck you're saying.
Well, then I
Could be
guess
a
they're going to have
mixing
to follow
board
the
or-
YouTube channel
Follow
and
us
then
on
watch
YouTube.
it.
Apparently now, if you just type in garbage pail, we're on the top of the list.
We
Really?
pop up?
Yep.
Really? Dude.
Wow.
From a random follower just said that. I
Hey.
just typed garbage pail.
Wow, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great.
That's the feedback that I
Did
got.
Elon buy that too, and that's why?
God, I hope so.
Rich some bitch.
Sounds like Twitter's actually starting to get a little better since even though they
Well,
just
we'll
they're
see about that.
apparently
They're private now.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently, a bunch of people are starting to get followers back that disappeared, and then other people are.
Dude, there were
some
people that had
disappearing.
normal amounts of they would gain 50 in a day, lose 20 in a day,
Right.
gain 55 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
After Elon bought it, there were tons of people that gained 70,000.
Has
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
he specifically said what he's going to do with Twitter now that he owns it?
He wants to change the algorithm.
Yeah.
For one.
So has he said I'm going to change the algorithm?
That's one of the things
yeah.
he's actually
Alright.
said.
Because
Yes.
I haven't heard any press
He's
releases
kind
on
of-
anything what he's
well,
planning
He
on
does.
doing.
He does a lot of tweeting.
Twitter stuff, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
So he tweets
Some of his tweets are
About
fucking
tweeting.
gold. I
On
gotta tell you.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Yeah,
on
some of
Twitter.
them are funny.
about Twitter.
Yeah.
So he twitters his tweets on Twitter.
He twats his Twitter with his tweets.
Yeah.
He owns it.
Twitter's
He can
his
do whatever
twats.
the fuck he wants with it.
I'm not saying that he can. I'm just saying.
He shoots Twitter straight to the fucking moon.
Yeah. That's gonna happen.
I'm enjoying seeing all these articles of people freaking out because he's bought it and stuff. It's funny.
The left is like, there goes freedom of speech.
I know.
It's
It's
like,
like,
wait a
dude, they're
minute.
bringing
They're
it
the
back.
one-
like,
No, there goes my ability to steal somebody else's freedom of speech. Is what they're really saying.
That's a good point
yeah,
too.
essentially.
'Cause
Very good.
They're
point.
getting mad that they can't fucking stop people. We can't stop. You're hate
You can't
speech.
say that.
It's like,
mean
I think you
things
should
to
be able
me.
to say anything.
We're in the
I agree.
United States of America. You can say that.
yeah.
Depends on where you're at.
See,
There are certain words you don't want to say in certain neighborhoods.
See, one of
there are
tw-
certain
yeah,
things you don't
yeah.
want to say
Well,
in
I
certain
Sure,
neighborhoods
sure.
around certain
Someone-
people.
But
someone
it's
pointed
legal
that out. Yeah, someone
say.
pointed it out. You can't be in a crowded movie theater and yell bomb.
Right. Actually, I heard that actually was repealed.
I also don't think that was ever
It was
actually.
Yeah,
you
but
can't stand in a theater and yell fire or something like
That's
that. That's what it
common
is, right?
sense.
But
You
it's,
know what
it's
I
not.
mean?
No, I hate that. I hate that logic for everything.
Why?
The whole common sense. It's common. Fuck common sense. We either have freedoms or we don't.
So someone thinks it's funny to do that, and it's okay. He's just being
Yeah,
silly.
he's a
Oh,
cunt, and he should be beat
yeah.
up by the crowd.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay,
going to
but
turn
that's
in the entire
illegal.
crowd? Who's
Yeah.
going to turn in the entire crowd?
Yeah, there was a case like that several
Yeah.
times, I'm sure.
But one of the
I don't
things
care.
Twitter
Beat
one
the
of
fuck
yeah,
out of that guy.
One of the ways Twitter's kind of gotten away with this, banning people and doing things that are against what we would consider normal freedom of speech by law. They would say, "Oh, we're an international company, so we have to
Well, the other thing they would also say is
Pander to
we're-
China.
pander to all these other countries and
We're,
stuff, or
we're-
China, yeah."
Or they would also say things like we're private. I mean, I know they're a
Yeah.
publicly traded
Uh-huh.
company, but they're still a private company.
Private, yeah,
You know,
exactly.
now
That was
that
always
they're
the
actually a
excuse.
private company, as in
Yeah.
not on the stock
Public,
market.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're owned
Yeah.
by somebody.
So he had to buy out every single shareholder,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating.
yeah.
That's impressive, actually.
Oh, it is
to have
actually
that.
impressive.
I mean, it's also
He's-
scary
I
to
was gonna
think
say
about
he's
somebody
worth
having that amount of power and money.
$300 billion.
Well, he only spent $46 billion on it.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
didn't even spend. He spent 1/6 of what he has.
Does he do it in the idea of turning a profit though? Is he
I
doing
think
this as a
he-
financial move?
I
'Cause
actually-
I don't see that.
I don't-
I actually
Yeah.
believe him because I've listened to interviews with him. I actually believe that he cares about freedom of speech.
Oh, I do too.
Of being,
Yeah.
he thinks that these platforms are places of public discourse.
I agree.
They're the town square.
Yep.
Like,
And
so-
Twitter especially.
So there was a time that that they used to be able to. I forget what it was with the phone companies, but the phone companies could. Oh, we don't like this person. We're gonna fuck with them. You know, and then they said the law came in and said no. The phone it's part of a public utility. It's part of the public square now.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't give one person good service and one person bad service because you don't like them.
Because you don't agree with their beliefs.
Yes. So I think it's just now.
Oh man, what a fucking sticky
exponential.
situation though.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
I mean, because you look at the hate speech out there as well, like the legitimate hate speech, but
But
everyone's
what's
like,
what's hate speech?
See,
Tim?
that's a good question there.
Do you want us to be canceled? Because I can go off.
Well,
I'm
the
not
thing
saying
is,
to
though,
get into your fucking Mein Kampf.
But we all.
fucking
Well,
speech,
that's what I mean.
but-
That's a hate speech, isn't it?
No, it's not.
But he makes a good
It's-
point. Where do
I'm
you draw
saying-
the line?
I'm
That's
saying,
what
you
I'm
know,
saying.
where
It's
do
like,
you draw that
like,
line?
Is it a racial thing? I mean, how do you know what's considered racist and what's not? Some people like chaos to the spider or to the fly.
What?
That's saying that what's chaos to the
Oh, I
the
get
fly
what you're saying.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
You are not playing along very well.
Do
Do you know how much better this would have been if we both were like,
I
Tim, we have no idea what you're
carry
talking
on and
about.
blabbering about?
Yeah.
Well, no, the spider with the fly, chaotic.
Come on.
Chaotic
the-
neutral
You've
fly.
seen,
There's
you've
a
seen
fly
Charlotte's
there.
Web, right? So when she brought down the web that
The
said,
Wilbur pig was in her web, and he didn't like it. You know
Yeah,
that type. Well, no, that's what I mean. Is
And then the farmer said, "That'll do,
there's
pig.
certain
That'll
groups
do."
out there, and legitimate groups like neo Nazis and KKK, and using that as their platform of communication doesn't seems kind of scary.
But they're going to do that anyway.
it doesn't.
Yeah,
actually,
but
that
why use a
seems-
public? Why
that
use a
seems-
public thing like Twitter
Tim,
or Facebook? To
Why
do
is
that?
Twitter allow
to me
the Taliban on?
That seems way less scary than it does for them to do it behind closed doors.
I agree. I'd rather them be doing
That's
in,
a valid
in sunlight,
fucking
you know,
point.
where I
God
can
damn
see
it,
When you
what
start,
they're
Shane.
doing.
when you start pushing people
Throwing down
under,
truth,
Yes.
fantastic.
When
yeah.
you start pushing people underground, they get more brazen.
Yep.
Oh,
They
that's
radicalize.
brilliant,
Which is what
brilliant,
Twitter,
guys.
Look
platforms
at
like
Timothy
Twitter have been doing
McVeigh.
for years.
Timothy McVeigh was pushed so far
Wow.
underground
Yeah, I
with a
get
lot
it.
of his shit.
That makes
and then
perfect
he
sense.
decided that he was going to kill a bunch of people at a fucking federal
Yeah,
building in
make
1996.
your communications public,
Yeah.
please. We'd like to see what you guys are talking about.
Yes.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Also, people can push back
Yes.
when it's public.
Yeah.
You know, people can go, "Hey, that's
Who-
bullshit."
What was
you
that
know?
dude's name?
Call
that-
them out.
The
that's a
jazz
good point.
player. That jazz player that used to go.
Daryl Davis.
Daryl
Yeah,
Davis.
He's
Daryl
awesome.
Davis was fucking great, right? So he
Awesome
would
guy.
go. I guess his first meeting with he ended up going to a bar playing jazz and shit, or
As one does.
was it jazz or was it
Jizz.
it wasn't jizz, Tim.
I play jizz every day.
Well, I don't know. He does do jazz, but he also does this kind of like southern sort of like blues rock kind of.
That's what I was.
You know,
maybe it was more blues then.
yeah.
But anyway, so he was playing at a bar, ended up talking to some dude after it, and asked the dude what he did, and the guy handed him a card, and the card was a KKK fucking membership card,
wow.
and this is to a black guy.
They actually
He
have a
hands it to him.
membership card.
Yeah, no,
That
this
blows
guy,
my
this guy
mind.
was like a high-ranking official in it, and
And handed that to a black
yeah,
jazz
and,
musician.
And he was like, "Wait, is this real?" He's like, "Yeah, 100%." He's like, "I've never talked to a black guy like this before in my life." They became very good friends, and so Daryl Davis has collected all the robes that he's gotten from these
Yeah.
people, like everyone that's given up on the lifestyle, and given him, they've given him like their robes, their fucking their
The
hats or
hoods
whatever,
and
Red
Yeah.
laces and all
yeah,
that.
all
other
that shit.
bullshit,
He's collected
yeah.
all this shit. He's converted like over 200 people.
Yeah,
on his
it's
own.
insane. He's got a whole
On his
collection
own.
of them.
And
Yeah,
it's all because communication.
Music.
But not
It's
just
all
not-
because of
No, it's
music.
not music. It's communication.
that's because he would
That's all it
sit
is.
down
Can I have
and
the magic of
Oh,
music,
my bad.
please?
The
magic
sound of
listen to
music
the
is
magic of
why-
music. Thank you.
What's her name, lady?
Julie Andrews.
Is that who? Yeah, that's right.
Actually,
Did I
think
get
you're
that right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Holy
I think
shit.
that was Julie Andrews. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
it's Mary Poppins, right?
Yeah,
the same
that's
woman.
Mary
Yeah.
Poppins.
Julie Andrews. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Good job.
Yay for Tim.
No, you guys keep talking.
Because I was going to say Julie Newmar at first. Like, no, that's not the one.
My
That's
God,
not the one.
You are fucking correct.
Holy shit. Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
I didn't
ding,
want to
ding,
believe
ding.
Kevin either, but he's the movie guy and probably has
I'm
this
done,
on
guys.
fucking
I'm done
loop.
talking. That's the whole evening for me. I won.
Well, that's
I'm gonna
true.
call it for next one.
I think that you've already rubbed those two brain cells together.
Yep, that's enough.
Hey,
That
why
is
not?
enough.
So I beat Elden Ring. Huh? Yeah.
Sweet.
Have you?
It's one of those things where I'm sorry to hear it happen, bud.
I know it is actually kind of
It's
sad.
depressing as fuck.
It's over
dude.
now.
Seriously, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because beating the last boss, you're like, oh man,
You got the cut scene
There's
and the
no
credits.
more.
You're like, well,
there's no more.
Yeah.
What's next?
everything that I lived up for these last few weeks is now done.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And
It's a chapter of life
you
closing.
say, well, I can start it again with a new character, but now you know the layout of the whole game.
Takes away
essentially.
some of the fun out
You
of
don't
it.
though. It's so
Yeah.
big.
Well, rather than it being 6 weeks to beat it, it'll take 2 weeks. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
next time, take a week.
Yeah.
And the next time, it'll take
Yeah.
3
well,
days.
but the first time through, you're trying to go everywhere.
That's what
Yeah.
makes the game so fucking fun.
And the
Explore
crazy
every
thing
nook
is,
and cranny.
I didn't want to beat it, so I decided I'm like, I'll fight the boss and then go and search for more shit. And ended up finding a shitload of other
Yeah.
things, and I'm like, how did I miss that?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's the bullshit about completed games when you play them.
Yeah.
Is that they will end.
Well, and I've been looking into, I guess Sekiro is the
I've been
game
wanting to
right
play that
before
one. Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of good. I mean,
Yeah, me
I
too.
guess it won Game of the Year that it
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Well, everyone's going to be
obviously-
thirsty for the next one, of course, after this one.
So
well, there's supposed to be DLC.
so
we should be
Oh,
able-
now they've announced DLC for
they
it?
haven't announced it, but everybody that has
Speculates
looked into,
on it?
Not just speculate. There's been people that have gone into the game code and figured out like little things in there that haven't been implemented into the game yet.
Fucking nerds.
Hey, I'm glad
you
because they're able to tell me that
Yeah.
no, there's more.
Hey,
There's
do you
more.
remember the Tenchu games? Back in the day?
Tenchu
No,
Stealth
I
Assassin
never
was
played
so
that.
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
fun.
So that's what
That was a-
Sekiguro. I guess
yeah.
Sekiguro is that what it's called? Sekiro.
Yeah,
Sekiro.
okay.
Yeah, that's the one. They're basically they
Tenchu?
update. It's like an updated Tenchu.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's wicked awesome.
like a
I
Ninja
love
Gaiden.
that game because it
Yeah.
was like Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, but ninja.
But with ninjas,
Yeah,
it was.
it was.
Well, the
it
crazy
was
thing
really
about
cool.
it too is it different fighting style than the game that we're playing, right?
Uh-huh.
And the fighting style is because what you need to do is you need to break their poise
Yeah.
in order to hit them, but your hit might just be a one-shot kill because there's no health bars.
Yeah,
But their hit on you could be the same thing.
See.
So you gotta. It's all about reacting to the right moves, but it's also more about pressure on them.
That's
Yeah.
my biggest struggle with this game that I'm playing now. Is I'm terrible at predicting moves.
You're like, I have all.
I
thumbs.
can't detect patterns at all, and
Yeah.
I certainly can't react to them in a timely manner. I don't
Funny if
have
we
that.
find out that you've been blind for 3 years.
I dodged it wasn't until a week ago or no, yeah, about a week, 2 weeks ago. I was like, Tim, stop using the shield. Okay, yeah, I should stop using the shield, and I've done much better now that I'm dodge rolling everything.
Yeah.
But now I'm like way overdoing it.
It
I run
does-
into an arena and I'm just running, just going in
Just
circles,
roll,
like,
roll,
Oh
roll.
shit! Oh shit!
You
oh
run
shit,
in
oh shit, oh shit.
it. You run in it as an announcer says, "Tim doing his gymnastics
That's
performance,"
essentially me.
and
yeah.
it's you with the little twirly flags.
Yeah, I'm just doing. I'm what's it
dancing
called?
around.
Somersaulting the whole
Yeah.
fucking arena right now.
No, dude, that all it is panic rolling.
Yeah,
And
that's
once
what
you
it is.
figure it out, you go, "Oh, one time,"
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, that's a
I hit
trick
it
too.
later because it's delayed.
Yeah, it's the timing of my thumb on that gamepad is so challenging for me because my gut reaction is panic.
Yeah.
Buttons.
No,
buttons,
I've
mash,
talked
mash,
to you
mash,
about
mash, mash,
other
mash, mash.
areas of your life, and
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
That is your initial response to everything.
Smash, smash,
Utter
smash, smash.
panic. It's not smash, smash, smash. It's utter panic.
Yeah.
Wow! Like your hair's on fucking fire.
Yep. Get the fuck out, man.
Hey, at least it's never a dull
Dodge
moment.
roll down the fucking street.
That's actually how Tim gets to his car in the morning. Fucking opens the garage door. He's like, "Oh shit! Fucking ninja ghosts!" Fucking rolling through.
Oh wow, yeah, that's actually. No, I'm nowhere near limber enough for that shit. But you
Well,
know,
under the
you're
garage
almost
door.
round
Duck
enough
under
to
the
do
garage
it.
door.
the idea.
So-
Like if I get spooked enough, I'm sure. But I maybe 2 rolls and I'm like, all right, I'm done. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
2 rolls, and then you have to grab a croissant.
Yeah. It's like it got hot in here, guys. Is it hot? I'm fucking thirsty.
You have
We're
any
like-
hot pockets?
We're like, Tim, we're gonna play back this video. You didn't even roll. I don't even know what this was, but it's not a roll.
You just laid down on the ground and cried. Yeah,
because you thought about a roll in your head. Like I thought about how a somersault
I
works.
thought I dodged that punch, but no, it was just me laying on the ground telling him stop hitting me.
I like how, yeah, you're sitting around a campfire later on telling the story of it. You should have seen how brave I was.
I took every shot.
I stood right up to this motherfucker.
You should see
We're
the
like-
other guy.
We're like, Tim, no, that didn't happen at all. What are you talking about?
Shut up, Shane. I'm
You-
try to get these bitches.
You laid it in a fucking curled up ball and started crying immediately and saying, "Daddy, stop!" And I was like, "What are you doing? Nobody's here."
Yeah, that's me. I ain't too proud to admit it. I'm a pacifist. Fuck that shit. I don't need violence in my life.
And I was the opposite.
Yeah.
I
Violence
got,
can
I got
be
in
fun.
fights. That's what I did.
Yeah. There's a certain amount of confidence that comes with you is when you carry as well there, pally.
No, it wasn't that. I've never had confidence.
Oh.
I had more confidence in joking, but that's about
Well,
it.
yeah, you got a sharp tongue that actually helps out a lot.
Yeah,
for sure.
I had anger.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I.
Why are you so angry? Shane? Well, let's get into it. No, let's get into it. Don't raise your hands. Well, I don't know why. Is it because? Why are you so angry?
I don't know, Tim.
Oh.
Probably
Any ideas,
questions
Kevin?
like
Kevin,
this.
we're gonna have a discussion about this. We want to talk about Shane's anger.
You want an actual answer?
That's why I asked, dude. We're on the air. I mean, let's get
Height.
Him, let's get him angry. Let's get him angry.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
All right, Bruce Banner.
That one's hey, and all,
God, if
all,
you were
jo-
funny, you
all
would have
joking
come up with a
aside,
different version of the name.
Shane's approach is definitely about appearance when it comes to attacking another person's personality.
It's not, though.
Well,
That's-
it's your hair looks like this, your body looks like this.
Yeah, but that's those are the easy ones
yeah,
to
and
jump
that's
onto.
that's my thing too. Is like I try to stray away from that with Shane just because that's an
Well,
easy target,
so you're right.
a
That-
really easy target.
No, no, you're right. That when it comes to people saying like short jokes, I'm like, none of those are creative.
Yeah. It's
You think
not.
I've
It's
never
like, it's
heard
like
those?
Cyrano de Bergerac with his big nose. It's like
Yeah.
great, fantastic. You know, you're pointing out the most obvious thing. That's weak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's one of the reasons why I'll call Kevin more of a vampire because the skin, it's
Yeah.
funnier. Than
This is calling me-
There's a lot of other things
Yeah.
I could easily make fun of just by looking at him.
Right, but
But
like
I'll
like
go with
going with
that.
the easy one, like hey, string bean. It's like that's lame.
There-
Yeah.
there-
Or
it-
hey, clearly
it
queer.
takes tact. I'm sure that's something you've had to,
Actually, that one's kind of funny.
something you've had to deal with. I'm sure growing up, as there's idiots out there who's like, oh, look at this guy because he's different than me. I'm going to attack him.
Well,
for it."
that's actually one of the things I did deal with when I was younger. People would want to fight me because I was small.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why you want to
Small
fight me.
They
person
assumed you
syndrome
were
and
an
all
easy
that.
And
target.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it didn't work out for a few of them
Yeah.
at all. I remember a dude in high school decided that his first fight was going to be with me. He was like 6'1". He was a big dude,
Jesus.
but he'd never been in a fight before.
Oh,
By high school, I'd already
yeah,
been
you've
in
already
probably
learned how to
50 or
fucking
60
fight.
fights.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
I'd gone through karate, hockey, fucking, playing
See,
football.
Nobody
like, all that
told these
shit.
guys when they were growing up the thing that a lot of us were told: watch out for the short guys.
Well, yes and no.
Who told you that? Because
Yes
they're
and
like,
no.
because you
No.
won't see them.
No, it's not that. Because of lower center of mass, it's easier for you to get down low and
Yeah,
all
there's a
sorts of
confidence
things.
thing too. It's like, oh, I
yeah.
can just hold his head and he's gonna swing and it's be silly. No, that person's gonna fucking bite your
Yeah,
dick.
right.
No, or that only happens in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
But at the same
or
time,
to children.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah, I've seen it. You can do that to children.
Yeah.
But somebody really wanted to fight you.
No, but a lot of I think like with what happened to you when you were younger, because you were smaller, people would come and think that
What do
you
mean
were a
was
pushover.
smaller? He is smaller.
But the thing is, though,
Hey, let's
I bet
keep
it's
going.
No,
because
keep going.
smaller people have to
What do you
deal
mean
with
smaller people?
dickheads more often.
Yeah.
you
What
know?
do you mean, people?
I mean? Your people.
I
Your
mean,
people,
I
Shane.
don't want to put Johnny on the spot here, but that is definitely something that a lot of people. I think it's when you take that low hanging fruit when it comes to something like that.
I like how you keep trying to toss more things in,
Shut up, dude! I'm trying to get it.
like
I'm on a
little
roll.
fucking jabs, more and more, with your fucking coiffed hair.
See, that's what I mean. It's whenever I
Soon we're gonna have more of these.
Yeah, probably eventually. That's when it comes to insults. I think we're getting better tact when it comes to insults.
Well, my
It's like
thing is-
chopping it up. It's essentially is that. It's just chopping it up, and a lot of people get offended by it. But I'm getting more and more, especially in my stage of life. I don't fucking care if it offends you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't.
My thing is,
leaning
I'm
more and
trying-
more. It's just like I want to get it out there. I'm tired of being coy about it.
Well, and I'm trying to have, generally speaking, when I'm insulting somebody, unless I'm actually trying to insult them,
Yeah.
I'm trying to have fun with the situation.
Yeah.
I want them to feel bad and laugh at the same time.
Yeah, and you're
Because-
very good at that
well,
for sure. Because,
my
like,
favorite
God, that
thing I've-
fucking stung, but it's fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
My favorite
Yeah,
thing that
was-
I've ever been told in my entire life was somebody, after I'd made fun of them, come up and say, I don't understand how you can make me feel so bad inside and then laugh at the same time. And I'm
It's
like,
true.
it's a fucking talent. And then
That
I
is-
walked away.
It is a talent,
That is
man.
Shane's
I'll give you
talent
that.
for sure. He will make you cry laugh at the same time.
Laughing at the same time, yeah.
Son of a bitch. That
Fucking hate you,
I
you
mean, I'm
funny
considering
motherfucker.
it tonight, but
Like-
man, I will be laughing the
Yeah.
whole fucking time.
You're like, it's going to be really tough to run this razor blade down my wrist
While
as,
I'm
as I'm laughing at this
With my
joke.
chubby fucking digits because I'm so fat.
I can't put down this crescent roll.
But you know what, though? If people get
I don't know why I'm
offended, that's
stuck on
their
crescent
fault.
rolls.
That's their problem,
Right,
not yours.
That's what I
you
mean.
know?
But
Well, it depends. I mean, you can go too far.
I mean, yes,
You
but
know, but the thing is, though,
usually
like,
you know when
for me,
someone's
like,
pushing
it's,
it.
it's sometimes it's tough to read the person at the same time.
Well, that's
You
true.
know,
Maybe.
red in
But-
the
but
face, it's
tying
like,
back
all
into
right,
the-
dude,
the-
now you're upset. Now I feel like a dick, but still, you are really short.
But tying back into the free
know?
speech type thing, like, yes, there's always a point where you can go too far with speech of any kind, right? But
Yeah.
does that mean that we need to stifle it?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, and I think that's our problem with society now. Is there's too many cry rooms, there's too many cry
Damn
closets, there's too many,
right.
there's too many
Cry
people
bullies.
saying because it hurts me, you can't say that.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing. First
100%.
off,
That's the problem we're at.
freedom doesn't give you the right to not be offended by things.
Yeah, there's so many outspoken people about that too. It's like, oh, you're offended.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to be.
Yeah, you should be able to be offended.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, I get offended by things, and then I just go,
yeah.
I'll move on with my fucking day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, there's real things out there that offend me, not words. It's usually like,
Right.
you know,
Well, that,
rape
again,
of children.
well, I think we pointed out before is that's what,
You know,
that's
that
what,
offends me.
that is
Yeah.
basically an effect of what our society is. That's basically how our society is right now. Is that what says a lot about what America is right now? Not to
Yeah.
say in general, but
Tim, they don't know where we are.
that's our problem.
it's
Isn't
not
it?
America.
It's
Not America.
when our struggle is, oh, your belief of what my gender is offends me. And there's other people worrying about my head might get chopped off today.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
that's a
well,
bit more of a good reason
But
to be
I,
worried.
I also don't necessarily agree. I mean, yeah, I think that those are obviously two extremes. But the idea of because your life's easier than this life over here that you have nothing to do with, it doesn't mean that these things don't affect people.
Sure.
No,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
not
Sure,
discounting that at all. What I'm saying is, what does that say about us as a society when that's our
Yeah,
main
no,
concern?
it says that we actually
It's
have
in
a
the
pretty good
news
fucking
about-
society. That's what it says for the
Yeah,
most part.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like, if we don't have real problems and we have to invent them,
We are the gated community of of the world, actually.
And that's a
If you think
problem.
about
what?
it.
Oh, the gated community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we let some people in to be landscapers, and, you know, maids, shit like that.
You dirty prick.
So, or work with Kevin.
I thought the landscaper thing was a jab at me.
It ended up being it.
Oh shit!
So,
Not mowing your fucking lawn
look, of
anytime
course,
soon.
gated community. I mean, I've been to gated communities. That's what it is.
That's essentially what America is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I mean,
If you really
seriously,
look
at
at
some
it.
point, it's going to be just the service industry and then everybody else.
Yeah.
And whatever percentage that breaks down to, that's what it's going to be at some
Yeah.
point.
Well, they're even looking at that in the medical industry. Anything and everything. The more money you have, the better you're going to be treated.
That's
yeah.
true. And that goes with in some ways with the legal system too. Here,
Yep.
you
In
know?
Yeah.
some ways, no.
Okay,
The legal
every way.
system, I think,
Yeah.
it's more obvious than
Yeah,
most
well, it's
places.
definitely obvious.
There
yeah.
was that kid in
It's,
Texas.
it's not a fine; it's a fee.
No, there was a.
That's
there
what
was,
that it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
There
For
was
the
a
rich
kid
people.
in Texas who was, I think, 16 and had been in trouble with the law multiple times, ended up stealing his parents' car again, and was drunk and got into a car accident and killed an entire family of 4.
Jesus
right?
Christ.
His lawyer argued that he had affluenza, meaning he was too affluent, had too much money to understand what consequences were. The judge bought it and gave him probation.
Are you fucking
got
kidding
to
me?
be fucking
No,
joking.
100% true. Happened probably 5 years ago.
Oh, that's
I think then
terrible.
he ended up getting in trouble again, getting into rehab. I mean, all the things that were going to happen to this guy anyway.
Dude,
Now,
I would've
that's actually
thought,
one thing that happens a lot though to rich kids is they end up turning into like big pieces of shit,
Yeah.
and it's probably because they're never raised by their parents.
There's no accountability.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Golly, that stings though.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well,
It really
the-
does. That's
well,
terrible.
The
But
fact that
that's what I'm
the
saying though.
Shit,
Like,
man.
I mean, the fact that the judge didn't laugh that defense
Yeah.
out of the courtroom is insane.
Well, again, that's what money pays for, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the problem, man. I mean, that's another reason why we're at where
Was
we're
it
at.
Brock
Too much
Turner?
corruption.
That's the other name that everyone knows.
I remember that
Brock,
one.
yeah, where he was caught raping
Like
a chick.
raping a
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
behind some
Yeah.
dumpster
And
or
it-
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, an alley
and then
or
he
some
ended
shit.
up getting probation also.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was a fluid.
Because they said that because he had already served time in jail waiting for the trial or whatever or what the plea deal.
He's already
that,
suffered
that,
enough.
that he's already served his time.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why?
No, you.
ridiculous.
Oh, I get it. It's
You're a
because
piece
he's
of
an
shit.
athlete and
Yeah.
he's like a well-known
Well,
athlete.
we don't want
at
to.
the
We don't
time.
want to sully this person's
Well, we don't
career.
want to.
Hey,
yeah, we
man,
don't want to ruin
can't
it.
screw up the
Wasn't he like a
football
swim-
season.
No, I think it was a swimmer or some shit
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous with that character.
And that's the thing. It's like, dude, if you fuck up, they don't take the kids from the inner city that do fucked up
Oh,
shit.
fuck
They
no.
go, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna be locked up for 12 years, friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
I was
life.
about to say something else, but yeah.
we can believe it.
No, it wasn't going to
No.
be that. But yeah, I mean, it just if you look at the legal system and the way that it works, if you have money, it's a lot
Yeah,
easier.
Yeah.
like I said, it's a fee.
Yeah.
It's not a fine.
Well, I think one of the big problems in this country is that we don't we constantly bicker about race or gender and not realize that like the biggest difference and the biggest equalizer is money.
Yeah,
Well, of course, because those that have it want us to complain about.
Of course,
race
it's a lot
and
easier.
Gender,
When-
yeah.
you know?
So we're
when-
not.
Oh, they're
bitching
all
about them.
infighting.
It's
They're
so
not
much
bringing the
easier when-
pitchforks to
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah, when
moat
when
or
the
the
king
gate.
when the
Exactly.
king has the people fighting over the crumbs,
Yeah.
and not focusing on the actual cake.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much easier.
Well, that
100%.
that thing that you're referencing didn't work
That's how it
out
goes.
too well for the people that were in charge.
yeah,
That-
eventually.
That was no, not eventually. Let them eat cake, and then they were fucking their heads chopped off with the guillotine. Not
Yeah.
too long
Or
later.
as Nancy Pelosi would say, "Let them eat ice cream."
and that's the other thing.
we don't
Term limits,
understand
Jesus
references
fuck.
like that.
Oh, I forgot you guys don't want to do.
No,
political
she's got
stuff.
that freezer. Those,
Yeah, that- oh,
those-
you know what I'm talking about.
she's got
Okay,
like
yeah.
$6,000 freezers
Like
with like $100
ridiculous.
containers of ice
You know what
cream. in it.
I've heard that I need to start doing? I guess Twitter's got a one of their profiles follows Nancy Pelosi's like
Her stocks.
all of her stocks.
Yeah.
And if you just follow that, you make money.
Yep. Because she's insider trading like crazy.
Yeah. That's how she's
Yep.
dude, she got in I think she was worth what? Maybe $1
It-
million
yeah,
when she got in.
it
She's
was-
worth like 300 million now.
It's insane how
Good
much
for
her
her.
husband are worth.
Yeah,
You know
good. That's the American dream.
I'm so
she can have
happy
that
for
white
her.
picket fence
Yeah.
now.
We can't have those people.
Yeah, but-
those people in her property.
What do you mean those people?
You know exactly what she means. That's not my words. That's her words. I didn't say anything about that. I'm just saying. But
I like how you're being libelist right
wow.
now.
And then what's the other one? The Purge. I finally broke down and watched that one too. The first Purge. Because
The first one's good.
First one
I
was
was
good.
like, oh my god, this is fucked up.
Actually,
yeah.
I think is it the second or third one is also good. There's another one that's good, and it's only because of it's just an action movie the whole time.
Well, what was
maybe
the first
that-
one? The actor in the first one. The actor that died. Spoiler
Ethan
alert.
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
Like he owns the company that builds everyone's security systems.
That's what I was telling you about. So you had to watch it after that.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to. I was like, oh, okay, so I got to see this.
Yeah.
And then some.
Oh, see, I didn't know you hadn't seen it.
I hadn't seen it.
I
hadn't-
thought you had seen
no,
it.
I hadn't pulled the trigger on that
Holy
in the
shit.
longest time. And now
Yeah,
that
because you thought it was a movie about just people going out and killing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's
No.
a commentary on fucking
Yeah.
rich
on
and
our
poor.
society
Yes,
right now.
it's
It's
100%.
essentially- yeah,
it's fucking
that-
crazy.
It
Yeah.
blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, this is hitting home way too hard.
The second one, okay, so was the second one the one where they were like running around the city trying to escape? They're
I
like
don't know.
downtown.
If that's the one, then it's also good, but not for
Yeah.
the same reasons
Okay.
at all.
Because I've only seen the first two. I didn't see the third one.
Because the second one's the one where the
So,
dude ends up
essen-
being like this kind of hero type guy, and he doesn't want to be. He's reluctant.
yeah.
That's okay. So
Uh-huh.
that
That was the
one's
second
actually
one.
pretty
Yeah.
good because,
Yeah.
but it's an action movie. It's not the fucking Purge.
Yeah.
Like they could have named it anything, like Hell Night, You know, they could have
Yeah.
named it anything but The Purge, and you'd have just been like, oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
Versus The Purge,
Wanted
which
that name recognition.
yeah, well, that's the problem with sequels nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, that's
sequels
in the
just
first,
have to have the
in
name.
the first Purge is basically the rich people enjoyed it and the
Yeah.
poor people feared it.
Yeah.
Because if you were rich, you were fine.
Yeah.
And you had the ability to get whatever weapons you wanted, whatever fucking, you
were
know.
locked down, you didn't have to worry about
Yeah.
it. And it
Or-
was the poor that didn't have the money for it.
Or you could have somebody, hey, I really want this person dead. I'll hire someone to surveil them.
Yeah,
And
there was that too.
so-
It was
so
all
I
about
know-
who had the money.
Yep, I know where they're going to be, when they're going to be.
So prior to me watching that show or that movie, I was like, "Fuck yeah, Purge Day would be great with everyone's an equal." And no,
Well, there's
after
no
watching,
equal.
it's
See, that's-
not equals. It's
Nope.
like who's got the money and who doesn't.
That's the other thing. Like,
That's how it would be.
For
no
the
one-
longest time growing up, I always wanted the idea of a license to kill. And this sounds morbid and fucked up, but the ability to kill anybody and anyone without any repercussions.
yeah.
And it is a form of population control, I guess.
It's not really, but yeah.
In essence,
You want basically what you
like you're randomly given this card. It's like you have 24 hours to do whatever you want.
See, it'd be, I don't know.
Is that odd?
Let's go back to the Wild West. That would be a
Well-
better version.
Yes and no,
don't
but
know.
in today's society,
I've seen Wild West movies. They're great.
and you could
Only a couple,
cop,
actually.
Cop comes
Tombstone,
up, it's like
that's a good
you
one.
know, you just blew that whole building
Shane.
up. It's like it's okay, I can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I still got 17 hours
But
left.
actually, they did have that, and it was in the 60s. And they just had to show that, oh, no, I'm white. It's cool.
Oh well,
So there was a time.
well, I'm just saying, not race based or anything
yeah.
like that.
No,
Just-
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying that we did have a period of time
I get it.
in a certain region of the country
up, but yeah, I
where
get it.
it was okay, you know.
True.
Well, and again, I've grown up since that, but now I think that's kind of a fucked up idea. But it could make a good movie if anybody's listening. I'm willing to act.
Yeah, Tim wants you to write the script for The Purge.
But a purge person, not a purge
so,
people.
like the License to Kill, like 007.
Essentially, this one person,
One
or
day.
like you say, the government issues 30 cards to society, and whoever gets them can do whatever the fuck they want for the next
It's a
24
random
hours.
drawing.
Yep,
Actually, that might make an interesting movie.
and nothing can be done about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nobody can stand in their
Yeah,
way.
Police can't do nothing.
Nothing.
Government,
I think we need
president,
Jean-Claude
no one
Van
can do it.
Damme.
But then there's that whole idea of like
Jean-Claude
who
Van Damme.
who distributes it. You know, who calls the shots on. That's like that one other movie with Angelina Jolie where she's bending the bullet, and they say it's
Oh, Wanted.
wanted.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
saying, oh,
it's-
it's all fate, is deciding this, and then they find out later it's not fate. It's actually Morgan
you-
Freeman.
Yeah,
deciding.
he
Oh,
was
you want a puppet
messing with the
master.
strings or whatever. Yeah.
But to have a completely just an honestly random distribution of licenses to kill for
See,
24
but that-
hours.
So how
That's
does
gotta
this
be part
happen
of the
once a
twist.
year?
It could be once a week,
Once a week?
once
I
a
don't know.
month, once a
They had
year.
they had
That
a
seems
movie,
like there'd be a lot of rampages going
but they had a
on.
movie kind of
How
like that
fascinating
recently.
would that be, though?
Didn't you see Did you guys see that movie? The one where all the conservatives are being hunted.
Oh,
No.
You haven't seen that one?
wait a minute.
Are you making
I
a joke
I think
right
I
now, or
might
is
have.
No,
this-
that's an actual
Wait,
fucking movie.
is that-
It's not a bad movie.
Is that called The Hunt?
I think so. Yes,
Something
The
like
Hunt.
that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got like a blonde chick on the
Yeah,
front of the
yeah,
cover.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
It's actually a pretty good fucking movie.
It's good.
Why do they have to be conservative, though?
It ends
Well,
it's
it's
you'll
part of the
see
story, yeah.
If you watch, you gotta
Yeah.
watch it.
To be
It
continued.
yeah,
then, 'cause
it don't-
I'll
it
check
kind
out.
of
Is it on Netflix? 'Cause
I
again,
think
don't
it
have
is.
that- I don't have
I think
Netflix.
that's where I watched.
think
it,
that's where I
but
watched
that doesn't
it
mean it's
too.
on there now.
I ditched
Yeah.
it. Fuck Netflix.
What flicks?
Netflix. Netflix.
Okay, I had to make sure.
Flitz.
Wasn't sure where you were going with this, and had
Yeah.
to keep this ready.
Yeah,
Well, we were all sharing a password in the house, so like only one room can use it now because I guess they've cut down on the
And
password.
now they all
sharing
have
and shit.
diseases.
yeah, that's what
So,
I mean. That's-
yeah.
We were all sharing a password.
all
It's
sharing
a
our Netflix
euphemism
password.
for
They upped the price
Our,
of it, and then
soap
they said
for your
only,
genitals.
only 2 screens for it or something like
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
It's stupid as hell, and that's why they lost a
Yeah.
shitload of people.
No. That's what I mean. It's like you start getting greedy, we're going to find something else to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's too many freaking streaming services anyway.
We've
man.
circled back around to cable.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, and it's just annoying. I used to think,
It's
yeah,
essentially what we've done.
yeah,
You know, for the cost of cable,
basically,
we can now watch what we had on cable.
yeah.
I still think it's cheaper to watch it with the streaming services.
It is cheaper.
You could easily
Hulu,
like,
$6.99.
For now.
No, but take
Disney Plus, $16.99.
but take the top 5 that you want,
Builds
right?
up.
What is that? $50-$60 a
Yeah.
month? Okay, that's
Cable's
cheaper than
that
cable.
one. No,
Plus, there's some free ones
cable
too.
was
like,
that before internet.
Yeah, back in the 90s.
But you still have to pay for the internet service, don't you?
Okay.
So internet
You have- you
service
gotta-
is like
you're gonna
60
ha- but you're
60
gonna-
bucks.
You're
60
going to
to
have
80
that
bucks.
regardless, right?
Yes.
You like the game.
But I'm just saying the price of it's about the same as it was back in the 90s.
It's not, though. It's actually
It
more
is
than
climbing.
That. It's a lot more than that.
For streaming services as opposed to cable services?
Yes. Cable's still way more than streaming. You're not going to, first off, you're not getting every fucking streaming service.
You know, you're not getting HBO for sure, or Showtime.
Why?
Or Skinamax,
You can get HBO.
but you're paying $10 more for HBO and Showtime and all that shit. No,
what I'm saying is
It all definitely adds up. but
HBO.
I don't think it's
What is
We're
it?
not
Max.
gonna fucking
HBO,
math.
HBO Max.
Get your
is what, like
calculators
10
out,
bucks.
people. We're gonna
$10
figure
a
this
month.
one
$10 for HBO.
No, it's like I think it's like 14 now.
I think it's 10 for the one that's not the premium version.
HBO Plus,
What?
HBO Max.
Yeah,
Max,
there
yeah.
we go.
That's what it is.
Just like I said.
You know,
I
there's
think
some.
I think it's like $10 a month, and then I think the premium version is like $14 a month.
Oh wait. So what's the difference between the non-premium and the premium?
didn't know
version?
there was a
There
premium
has.
service.
I think that it has something
More
to do
screens
with like.
can view it.
Maybe
Is that it?
that I don't know. It might be. It might
Yeah.
be that 2 screens can view it at the same time. I actually saw a fucking pretty innovative idea, talking about screens and shit like that.
Pornography.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen this? Where people have sex on like movie screens.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah,
No,
it was-
what it was is regular television.
Mm-hmm.
One person's watching a regular show. Other person's wearing glasses. They're playing their video game with headphones in on the same screen.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That actually sounds fucking amazing.
That does sound cool.
I mean, for me and you, it doesn't really. What does that do for us? Your dog can play while you're fucking. You can have the dog watch like.
I've already got like 6 TVs. What's the fucking point? For the cost of this, I'm sure it's easier just to buy a TV.
No, but what I'm saying, it's an innovative. It's interesting.
well, I mean, if they could make it work, then yeah, it could. It could
You
be
know what? No,
pretty useful.
Now
to
that
do.
I think about it, remember split screen for video games?
Yeah.
yeah,
And you hated it when your friend was watching your screen. It's like, you motherfucker.
Oh,
I know
screen
you're-
cheating, yeah.
You're watching my
It'd be
fucking
great for that
screen.
shit.
I could see that.
Yeah, where
But-
you're
Yeah.
wearing the glasses.
Video games don't do that anymore, though, because it's all done
Some do.
online.
Yeah.
that's
Every
the
once in a while,
thing.
you get one that does.
We were
but-
talking about a game that has changed that. Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There-
split screen? No, the processing speed for one Xbox to run 2 games at the same time? Fuck.
Yeah, but I'm not saying run the 2 games at the same time. What you're doing is being able. I want to watch sports.
Right.
My
right.
friend wants to play video games.
Yeah. So you can do.
And we want to
two
sit next to
things
each other and
on-
jack each other off while we're doing it.
Well,
Well,
the
that's
thing
the
is,
only
though,
way we can get through these games.
or look at it this way: you only got one TV, and you got your wife or girlfriend or whatever. She wants to watch TV. You want to play video games.
I'm betting.
Bam.
I'm betting the technology for that is more expensive than buying another TV.
Maybe
now.
for now.
Maybe.
Down the
How do
line,
you
it
know?
might be a normal feature.
Yeah.
In TVs
How do you
and
know?
shit.
How do you know?
I don't, because I don't know anything about the
Yeah,
technology.
you
of
just
it.
heard about it just fucking now. I'm going to speculate because I'm a speculator.
Well, that's what we do, right?
I'm a prospector.
We fucking
I'm
speculate.
mining for stuff.
My penis is enormous.
It's
Let's
not.
speculate.
I will speculate that it's not. You definitely do not have the confidence to be able to say that you have a
I
big
don't.
dick.
I gotta lift my belly up to go pee.
You're like, and then I have to move my balls out of the way so it doesn't dribble on them.
I hate that. It's annoying. It's like I gotta use toilet paper on my balls. It's like, what the fuck, man?
It's like it's not cold in here.
Gotta wipe. What is it? Back to front?
Yeah, it's like
Or front to back.
I'm
There we go.
Wiping my
Back.
clitoris every time I piss.
Back to front.
Don't want to get a UTI.
Yeah, I was gonna say, girls got to be careful of that.
That was the joke, Kevin. You can go ahead and explain it.
I already did.
Jesus fucking Christ. He's got to have one an episode at least. One an episode where he goes, I didn't get the joke, so now I'm going to toss this in like it's a new idea.
God love you, Kevin.
All I
You're
need is you
fucking
to
great.
say something.
I
Wait,
mean,
I'm just
See,
waiting.
if you get rid of me, you're not gonna have these moments.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the moment where he pops in with like, yeah, and Hell yeah. Those
yeah.
are my favorites.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally. Oh my god, I
Or-
know.
or-
I know, right? That's so.
Or his other one of wait, what? Wait, what? Those are my favorites.
Yeah, that's gonna be. We gotta have a hype man.
You got another
Sure.
Conspiracy thing we can talk over for another 20
No, he spent that one was fucking great.
Yeah.
That was a good one, guys.
It
That
was great.
really good
Dude,
ones.
when I was
The
editing,
conspiracy
I was
fucked up the
Dude,
show though because it turned out that we didn't get like any levels done.
I had a
correctly.
really fucking hard time editing, watching that because I was laughing my
I'm telling you,
ass off
that
the whole
was
time.
hilarious.
That
Yeah,
was
dude, I was
really
dying.
fun.
So
That
and
was
yes,
so fun.
my favorite part is how you figured out that moment. That was the kind of the bit of it. Yes, we're getting into the conspiracy thing. We're going to talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But the bit was that we were going to not make fun. It's not really to make fun of you. It's
No,
to make fun of the
it's-
story.
Right.
To it brings up
No,
new ideas.
Kevin,
to drive me
it's
crazy.
about
Well,
making fun of you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like
It's not,
but
though.
no,
That's
but
the
it's like
thing. You say that while you're wearing a Golden Girls t-shirt.
Thank you for being a friend.
I would totally sport the Golden Girls T-shirt.
You were totally Blanche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blanche?
Yeah, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I can see you.
I'm not
Blanche was
Maud.
trying to fuck
I
all the
wanna be-
dudes.
I was gonna
I
say
wanna be
Blanche
more-
was the whore, wasn't she?
Yeah. Tim's
Yeah.
trying to fuck all the
Yeah.
dudes right now.
Okay,
That's what
so
it is, yeah.
all right, I'm there.
He's Blanche.
Let's spray myself. It got hot in here. Goodness.
Well, and Kevin's about as clueless as Rose.
Yeah, that's Kevin's definitely Rose.
Yeah.
And
I'll
you,
be
yeah,
Rose.
you're
Who am I?
the
The old lady?
the dyke,
Yeah.
B. Arthur.
the B. Arthur.
Clear, and she has a big dick.
Wait a minute. So none of us are cool enough to be Betty White, huh?
Well, you're Betty White.
Oh, I get to
See?
be Betty
Clueless.
White.
100% clueless. No joke. Fucking clueless.
I forgot her name was Rose.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I thought you were talking about the other old
Yeah,
lady.
that's Celia. Or
You played
Cecilia, or
into
whatever
that
the fuck
so
her name
I
is.
don't remember their
dude.
names.
That was so good.
Look,
Yay.
The comedy genius of Kevin is he doesn't have to do anything. He just fucking talks like normal, and shit just fucking happens. That's where it happens. And actually, that's what I was going to talk about earlier, right? So, you know how I was saying, like, so Kevin's he's not the funny guy, right?
I'm not the comedy.
No, that was fucking gold. Is what that was.
But
I'm sorry.
he is good. He does the the graphics for us, the
He's
fucking
a whiz on the computer for
editing,
and
all that
of our
shit.
He does
Except
all
for the last episode, he's terrible. But
Yeah,
just
fuck
the
that
last
one.
last two actually.
yeah, that's right. We had a couple words that we didn't want out.
He decided it was a good idea to think for a moment.
Rein it in, buddy.
Yeah.
Rein it in. We're not.
Whoa, bud. Who let you off your leash? But anyway, so not the funny guy, right? But and then clearly he's not the wordsmith, and he's yet again showed it with his titles. I don't know what the last title was.
The new one?
Yeah, it's weird.
No, see, you're hurting his
Oh, wait.
feelings. You could-
So wait.
No.
that was good.
Oh, my bad.
You didn't.
No, that was great.
I actually thought that was a pretty good one.
See?
We're not giving.
See what
him,
I'm saying?
We're not giving him any help with it. That's just it.
Well, you
Yeah,
didn't
when
a-
I
you didn't-
ask about
no, but
titles,
this
because you guys
last-
said you want to do them, you
this
never
last-
fucking
this-
answered.
This last
Oh,
time you
I-
didn't ask.
I-
So
I-
he just but
Yeah, 'cause
you
you never
No,
answer.
because you were crunched for time. That's what it was.
No, I just didn't ask because you never answer.
See, see.
I'm not gonna answer.
So
Well, you never do.
well, that's what I mean. It's like
Is he still talking?
Each one is
Knocked up half past Uranus isn't good enough for you.
I mean, if you're boring, it sounds great.
knocked up, referring to
Yeah,
Mother-
no, I get what he's referring
Mother
to.
Mary getting knocked up.
No. The
No, it's
aliens.
about the alien pregnancies
Yeah.
and stuff.
You know, the whole big conspiracy.
Oh,
thing.
brilliant. I think that was brilliant.
What a cunt. You are a cunt. Jesus Christ, man.
At least somebody appreciates me saying.
Shane just being an old fuddy-duddy.
Yeah,
that's all.
no, that's me. Old fuddy duddy.
That was not funny at all, that title.
Wait.
We needed to have some sort of German thing in that.
No, that's the thing. Talked about Sound of Music. Wasn't that during the Nazi?
Indeed it was.
Yeah, I think
See,
it was.
I've never seen the movie. Do you know how much of
Yeah.
the movie I've seen? I
Might have
watched
been the 30s.
The Postman, and they had it playing in the background in The Postman, and that's as much as I've watched of The Sound of Music.
Oh, and I'm sure you probably saw in like commercials where she spin around on that
Yeah, but
hill.
that's also
Yeah.
in The Postman.
you see-
Oh, okay.
It's the same
That's
exact
that's
fucking scene.
that fucking
Did
famous
you see
scene.
the edit that someone made of that with her with two Uzis?
No.
Really?
That was fantastic.
awesome.
Her standing on the top of the hill, spinning around, just firing guns. It was fucking great. And then she flips them and then throws them to the ground. It worked perfectly. It was so fucking cool looking. And it got so good that Banksy made an art of that.
Really?
He made a street art of her holding
so
too easy.
crazy.
just
Nice.
fucking- yeah.
So crazy how
Pop
popular-
culture.
Well, how popular that guy has gotten.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, but no one knows who the fuck he is.
I don't know who the fuck he
I
is.
think.
Like, how do they know it's a Banksy piece?
Who the hell's Banksy?
Well, I think he
Shut
takes.
up,
I
you
think
know
he
who
takes
Banksy is.
credit.
I don't know who it is.
Well, the artist, Banksy.
Who
You
the
don't know
hell's
who
Banksy?
Just type in Banksy. I don't know. Find it on the information.
Like, he's
fucking
done
thing
so
that you
much,
have.
so much unique stuff in the art world. Like, one of
Yeah,
his
you want
last
us to
things is what
explain it.
someone found a piece of his
It's
art
hard to explain.
and decided to
just look it up.
sell it at a some sort of random.
Well, I've seen anywhere from like 30
but then
to
it
100
shredded
and
it.
some
like,
thousand.
Yeah, it shredded itself right after the auction. Someone gave the highest bid, and as soon as the auction was closed, the picture shredded itself.
Well,
It
that
was a-
sounds like a
That
sounds
was
like
a Banksy.
Banksy.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
Banksy piece.
Yeah, that sounds like something you would do.
Yeah. So, but again, how do you know it's a Banksy piece?
Maybe I don't know the style.
I think part of it is the style.
It's
And
all stenciled work, is
Yeah.
what it looks like to me.
not all of it.
Well-
There's some of it that's not.
But how do you pick that out? It's like, oh, that's unique
I think
stuff.
he takes credit for it though. I think that there's ways
So
to figure out.
find
who-
me an image of who Banksy is or a name.
He doesn't have to fucking. Okay, so
Hacking.
fucking. So he doesn't have to actually come out and be like, "Hey, I'm John, whatever."
Well, I know,
You
but
know,
how do you
and
know
then-
there's not counterfeits? Is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe some
If
of them
he's
are.
taking credit for it on, like, say, an internet site, that doesn't mean that they know who he is.
So how do you know he's not taking credit for other people's work?
I mean,
I don't know, because maybe he has integrity. Tim.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
know what
yeah.
integrity is?
Well, in the art world, do you think there's integrity?
there should be.
I think that it depends.
Vanta Black. Look up Vanta Black and the pinkest pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Some person creates the most blackest black and copyrights it, and that got, that in the art world, that was a huge thing.
Yeah, but that was.
And then
I think-
made it so no one could use this color but him
But the,
or them.
But I
don't
believe
know who the fuck it is.
Vanta Black was done by. Wasn't that done by like fucking?
Yeah, and this rich son of a bitch bought the rights to it.
yeah, but it was made by a company.
Yeah, and he bought the rights to it so no one could use it but him.
Okay,
This
that's
artist did.
not. I mean, but what I'm saying though is that's.
And that pissed off
okay,
the art world.
Yeah, that
the
guy.
art world was
that
like,
guy.
fuck
him-
this guy.
That guy himself may be a cunt.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. There's cunt people in the art world,
No
too.
shit.
Oh,
there's
sure.
cunt people everywhere.
Everywhere.
And that's what I'm saying is how do you know Banksy's not
Why are
being
we
a cunt?
fighting about who the fuck? Who cares? I don't care who Banksy
Because
is.
this $1 million portraits and images that this guy's making fucking bank on.
He's
Banksy,
not though. That's the thing. He's not making
He's
a
a
ton
s-
of fucking
he's
money
a
on
street
it. A lot of
artist,
it's
so-
street art that
yeah,
he's doing.
I think he's doing it.
Almost all of it's street art.
Yeah, he's doing
He
it.
does have some stuff that goes into fucking like
Yeah.
other places.
As I'm saying, though, do you think this person's rich or poor? Do we know who the fuck he is?
I don't
knows?
care who
I
he
don't know.
is.
I do.
Okay, well, why don't you get to the bottom of that, Sherlock Holmes?
I don't fucking care.
You know, I mean, you can take fucking Watson over here, you know,
Yeah,
or
I'm
Rose.
sure he has the hat.
Yeah, he probably does.
Actually,
It's no joke. That's the other thing. So
I have the cane too.
you can also realize that Kevin is more of a visual guy because he dresses up as some character from a Dickens novel every fucking week.
We got Johnny Mnemonic here tonight, sleeveless
Yeah.
and all that shit.
No, tonight he dressed up like he's like I'm about to go ride motocross tonight. He's like my name's Kyle.
I got a couple walls that he can punch some holes into if he's getting too worked up later.
You're like,
on.
I've been thinking about expanding here anyway. Are you mad at a lady or something?
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
dirty horse.
Whoa. Whoa.
Indeed.
Where'd that come
I
from?
don't know.
I guess that guy's getting sued
Who?
for the whole.
You kind of have to name the guy.
the guy that you do a really good impression of.
Alex Jones?
Oh,
Yeah,
Alex Jones,
He-
yeah.
he's a
He already
successful
got sued.
lawsuit.
He already
for,
got sued.
for Sandy Hook.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's applied for, what is it,
think-
chapter 11 or 13?
Yeah, it was.
Which one was it?
I think it's the business bankruptcy.
shit,
one.
it's the
No, I
business one.
mean, but that's like well, because chapter 11's the personal one.
Okay,
I think
so then it's,
13's
I
the
think
So
business
he's
13.
one.
he's
Yeah.
But there's
basically
a
just
difference,
done
though.
because of it, though, isn't he?
No.
I don't
No,
know.
because
he's not
what
done,
it, what,
done, but
what the bankruptcy that he applied for is the one that limits liability payments or some shit like that. It makes it to where you can reallocate your assets so you can pay and fucking keep going.
Oh wow.
So you don't get totally cleaned
there's
out.
different versions of bankruptcy.
Nonetheless, though, that hits. doesn't
Like
it?
actually, Chapter 7 is probably the most used one
Yeah.
in personal.
Okay.
Chapter
yeah, yeah.
11, I think, is a totally different version.
It's a different version
Yes.
of it. Yeah.
So
Because there's different
Yeah,
stipulations
there's
for each one.
numerous different versions depending on what you're
So you
doing.
can't just stand in the middle of a room and yell, "I declare bankruptcy."
No,
No.
not with your monocle on and fucking not passing go.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You're like, fuck, I wanted Boardwalk.
Yeah.
You know,
Reading Railroad. God damn it.
You're like,
no.
man, I hated that show. The guy he was on Star Trek, right?
Yeah. Oh shit. She got the blanket.
Why can't I buy the jail?
Can you get that from her, please? She's
You
not
could
supposed to
buy
have
the
that.
jail.
Hand that to me. If she chews that up, we have no protection.
Yeah, we have no protection. We don't have the thing that's circular logic on the table. The thing that if it's not up here, the cat doesn't come up here. But if it's up here, the cat comes up here.
I put the cat bed up here too.
You're a fucking moron. So this is okay. So Tim,
I want them to be comfortable if they're gonna do it.
Tim was asking me what my character was for fucking Elden Ring, and I was like, well, I'm kind of a, it's kind of a hybrid,
There-
right?
you
And then he
should-
goes,
you know,
so
wait,
what's
wait.
my character? And I go, it's a moron.
Yeah.
You're a moron. So this is where Tim's logic comes from.
I think there's like what in Elden Ring. There's like 150 plus different types of character builds you can do.
I
for
mean,
this game.
you could do so many
But
different things.
like the nerds out there have given them all a specific name,
yeah,
They always do.
and
Yep.
and mine is definitely moron.
yeah.
An absolute fucking idiot. What the
just
hell
wear-
are you thinking?
He wears.
But I want to have 100 dexterity because it sounds fun.
He's
I-
an exception
he's
to
like,
the rule
I'm gonna
everywhere he
put
goes.
I'm gonna put intelligence because I'm smart. I don't use anything with intelligence, which is
That's
dumb.
me. It's like, yeah.
So
Intelligence sounds smart. I should probably build that one up.
you're like, my guy's smart. I'm like,
Look
no,
what he's
not.
doing. He's standing there smartly.
so good. Look,
cast a
I
smart
I
spell.
even put a book in his hand. He's smart. It's like,
I can read.
He's
Yeah,
going to be
it's like-
president someday.
I'm like, dude, just because one of the characters in it's America doesn't mean they're talking about America.
Yeah, see, that's my problem too. Is I
Yeah.
think a lot of it is America based.
How?
Well,
Is it the giant trolls or the giant hands or the fucking
that's nightmarish shit. There's so many different planes in that place too.
dude? So he just got to
So
the,
many jump scares too. It's like, what the
He-
fuck just
He
happened?
just got
God?
to the mountaintops of the giants, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're walking along this gigantic hand that's maybe about the size of a house just
Yeah.
drops.
and it kills the things that are already 5 times your size.
Yeah, things
Oh.
things that you don't want to fuck with. This thing just smashed. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna.
First time I saw that, I was like, oh,
I'm gonna
that's
keep
big.
This
going.
is a
I'm
bad
gonna
place.
I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This doesn't need to be. And that's 90% of the game. Is
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get out. Or
Yeah.
I shouldn't be here. I
Yeah,
should
Yeah.
probably
90%
get
of
out
the
this
same.
fucking game.
90% of the game is I'll see my way out.
Oh, that's that kind of party.
Yeah.
I didn't bring my.
I forgot to bring lube, so I'm
Yeah.
I don't want this to be dry.
Did you guys? You got that little short cartoon video I sent to the group chat, right? Where this little cartoon character runs up and he's super happy. He's like, "This game's awesome," and he's just whacking away at a guy, and then the rest of the cartoon is just his getting his ass kicked the whole fucking time, and everything that happened in this little cartoon applied to me. I was like, "Wow,
Yep.
that hits home." Because you're dodge rolling, and all of a sudden this giant hammer just
It ended up
smashes
turning
you.
into a bukkake video.
It was bad, and that's
completely
this
applies.
game.
You know, and that's how Dark Souls was. That's how Bloodborne was.
There's so much.
You know.
Who was it? We had a person talk to us today. It's like, why do you guys, you like this? Like, well, I hate RPGs.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yep.
I hate the stat builds. I hate all that shit. I fucking hate thinking about the numbers of a video game.
And I agree.
And this is the only one I'm like, this is fucking fun. It's so
think
frustrating and so angry. I get so mad. But that's what I love
Yeah.
about this game.
I
Is the
think
fact
part
that
of it
I can't
is-
wait to go back to try it again.
I think part of it is because every single build is viable. That's part of it. I think another part is the fact that it's so rewarding when you figure out something.
That
yeah,
too,
the
you know?
feeling
Yeah.
accomplished when you
Yeah,
beat that
when you
boss
go,
or
oh,
whatever.
shit.
Yes.
Why didn't I
I've
see this
never,
angle?
It's very rare that I find a game where, like, when I beat a boss, I'm like, yes, oh my god, where I set the controller down and I do that dance. I don't have that, and this
That's
is the
because he
game I
only
do.
plays Candy Crush. That's his only other game. He's like, oh, I won again.
I do that with Candy Crush. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only other game that I successfully danced.
Well, and you know, that's the thing. I think that, you know, when we were all growing up with the older games, they were a lot more difficult because they were smaller games. They had to pack more in, so they had to make them last. So they had to make them more difficult.
Well, the other thing that was crazy
These
about
days,
older
it's too
games.
easy. A lot of games are too easy.
Well, not just that. I hate the fact that a lot of
you
games
had said you pulled up that old. what
hold
was
your
it?
hand.
No, that whole Soldier of Fortune.
Soldier
thing.
of Fortune, yeah.
Never played it. so-
Revisiting old games too has some nostalgia, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's gosh.
But Soldier of
For
Fortune,
me-
I played it about
Yeah.
a week ago. It is still fun.
See,
it's
for
still
me,
bloody
for
as
me,
hell.
I can't go back to games of that era.
Mm.
I can go back to games from like old Atari games.
So
That type of
yeah.
shit's fun.
Yeah, I get that.
I can go back to like the old Mortal
the
Kombat
old retro
games.
games, yeah.
Those old Mortal Kombat games.
I
were
love those
great.
games. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
You know, so I can go back to those old games like that. It's hard for me to go back to old games from like the
Early
Play-
2000s.
PlayStation, no,
the
no.
Nintendo 64
PlayStation
days and all
play-
that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
Nintendo
Well,
64.
the graphics were
It was just
ahead
like-
of their time, but
yeah.
now they're like, whoa.
Yeah,
Because
when you
now
look at it
there's
now,
like-
it just looks like fucking little children's
yeah,
building blocks.
because
you know, the little ABC
they're
things.
just polygons with colors on them. They didn't have
Yeah.
any textures or
Laura
anything
Croft's
like
tits
that.
are literally just triangles.
Just triangles, yeah.
Yeah, you take a look at any of the Mario ones back in the
Oh, yeah.
64 days, or
His head
But
looks
that
like a
one-
stop
but
sign.
That one wasn't bad.
No, the
and
Super
I said the
Nintendo
same
ones.
thing about Zelda when I got Ocarina of Time.
I still think that those
I went
weren't
to
the
that.
bad
Like,
ones.
oh,
It's-
this is so tough to fucking play.
'cause the games that I got into around that time were more first-person shooters. It's impossible to go back to those.
Yeah.
Those old first-person
Well,
shooters.
because Soldier of Fortune,
Doom-
it's kind of the
Doom-
era
Impossible.
Duke
of
Nukem
Counter-Strike.
and all-
Impossible.
The first one.
I can't go back to them.
I find myself every now and then.
I do
cannot-
sometimes.
I can't go back to any of those games.
Sometimes.
First off,
Depends on the game.
the
too.
gameplay now is so much not forgiving, but more freedom in movement for most of it. And when it comes to first-person shooters now, I like more simulation style games. That's why I play Arma, right? Arma is just
Armor's good.
great for that. It's slow pace in that they're trying to more mimic what real life
Yeah,
would be.
it's
Like
far more
you don't
realistic.
fucking just run in and like, oh, I'll just shoot 9 guys and then move on to the next area.
No, you
It's
just
like,
run in, you're getting
no,
taken out.
You're gonna get hit by artillery. A
Yeah.
fucking helicopter will see you. You know that type of shit.
You're gonna
You
get
have to
robbed
actually
quick.
plan out your fucking moves.
Which I'd like to see more moving towards the whole VR thing. And again, it could be my fault for not advancing more in VR, but I
barely
remember
played
back
it.
in the 90s, in the early 2000s, VR was crazy cool.
Yeah.
They had them in like at malls. You go to the little kiosk in the malls, you pay $5 for a minute.
Well, do you remember old
I remember
holographic
some of
games?
those.
Remember that?
Yeah,
And they were
yeah.
like, wow, this is so fucking ahead of its time.
Dude,
And then
yeah,
the Virtual
nuts.
Boy came out for
It was-
Nintendo.
The Virtual Boy was awful.
Yeah, but Virtual Boy was in like 90.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s and early
97,
Something like
90s,
that,
90s
yeah.
and early 2000s though. That's when VR was, and then it stopped.
Yeah, they only made like 40 or
Well,
50
do you wanna
games
know
for
why?
it.
VR halted and stopped, and now we got the Oculus came out, and then there's a couple other platforms too that do it. And I got into it for about a year, and then getting back into it was like, this is not as entertaining as I thought it would
think
be.
you have to have the
Yeah.
right style of game.
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
true.
it is, right?
So for me, the right style of game would be more of a simulation style game.
Porn, god damn it.
Well,
They do have
actually,
VR porn, I've heard.
And I have yet to figure out how to make it work for my fucking Oculus. So if anyone has any input on that, please
Man,
send some messages on the YouTube
really-
channel or text me, because I'd really like to see how that works.
You
I
really need
really
to-
want to see what that's
you really
all
need
about.
to listen to
Why not?
what is it? I think Real Ass Podcast. Luis Gomez. He was into that shit for a long time.
Really?
Using Oculus, and all you do is just go onto the browser on there, and then you can just look it up.
Well,
That's it.
I've yet to
Oh,
figure it out.
I see.
So
I thought there was like specially made VR porn.
Yes,
like,
there is.
Yeah, oh, there is. Okay, so yeah, so it's like
Is that not clear?
Well, no, when you said like, oh, you just go to the browser, and you go. I thought you were just talking
Yes,
about
you
going
go
to
to the
regular
browser,
porn.
you go to Pornhub or whatever, and then you go into their VR section.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
There you go.
I wanna
Did
do
you
that.
not
Try
know
it.
that this was a thing?
No, I didn't, because I thought Oculus is like, oh, we can't have anybody doing that. It's specific. If it's not Oculus based, you can't do it.
No,
That's
you
lame.
can go onto a browser on there. You can go onto the internet on the Oculus.
Yeah, and I've done the same thing with Minecraft, and it's just me sitting in a virtual.
You tried doing porn on Minecraft?
No, I tried playing Minecraft thinking I'd be in a virtual world of Minecraft,
Yeah.
and it's me sitting on a couch playing Minecraft.
But that's because you're not.
Oh, I see.
Because you're not actually. So Minecraft's different. Because you're actually putting what it is, the game up on a screen inside
Right.
the screen.
And so
You're
I thought
sitting in a
I
That's
snow
not at
lodge
all
while
what
And
you're
that was the
playing.
other thing. I installed the movie watcher one. I was like, sweet, I'm going to be in a virtual
Yeah, you're
movie.
just in a theater.
You're just sitting
And
in
I'm
a
just
snow
sitting in a
lodge.
theater watching this. I'm
Yeah.
like,
No,
this
That's
you
is
can
lame.
Pee Wee
fucking
Herman
stupid.
it up all the time.
And the next one was like, well, cool. I could cast my Xbox games to my Oculus so I could play those in 3D. No, I'm sitting on a couch playing my Xbox.
Yeah,
That's so
you want to know
lame.
why? It's because the games don't support it.
No.
Because those games were not made for fucking VR.
Don't know how to find the porn supported VR or the
Like you
VR
said.
Jesus
supported
Christ,
porn.
just go to fucking
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Go to Pornhub, go to their VR
All right,
section.
After this, we're gonna have to.
Tim,
you guys have to show
you've
me
probably done this a million times already.
No, I haven't. I really wish I haven't. It's
I
like-
guarantee
I'm
if we
all
put
about
your
X
fucking
videos.
VR headset under a black light, I'd be like, no, Tim, you've definitely done this quite a few times.
No,
and
my-
I don't know why you do it while you're fucking hanging upside
I'm
down.
saying my aim's not that
weird.
high. There's no way I'm hitting that.
Well, that's
high.
why I said hanging upside
I
down.
have to be hanging upside
You're
down
like,
or laying on my back.
the reverse carotene.
No way that works.
I have
Not
to
at
choke
all.
my ankles in order to get off. Well, we got to it, guys. Come. We got to come. Hey, record time.
Hey, man. All right.
We won.
We'll play the ending. Oh, wait, it's the beginning. God damn it.
Is that the
Well, that
big-
didn't work.
Wow, we wrapped that up, huh?
We got to
Yep.
figure out an outro. Maybe
Yeah, it looks like it's
next
this
week or
right now.
something. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Tonight, we will go with this as an outro.
Yeah.
Thank you to anybody that listens,
Throw it to
to
the
the
out.
4 people out there.
Out to the drum.
If all
Subscribe.
4 of you tell one person
Please.
and they actually listen, we could get to
Spread
8.
the word. And give
8
us some
people.
feedback. If
Yeah.
you see us on the street, if you know,
Yeah.
feedback
If
helps
you s-
out so
If
much
you see
for
Tim
us.
on the street and you're like, fuck that, the rainbow deserves to be with the gays,
Yeah.
go ahead and punch him in the face. Thank
He's
you
taking it
again.
back, man.
Please do. I'm into it.
Yeah, no,
I'm into
Tim,
it.
it's the only way he comes now. Strangers punching him in the face.
Need that shit. That's it.
Okay, there's the outro.
That's
All right, goodbye.